The Nation Media Group traces its roots back to 1959 when it began as a private newspaper printing press. More than half a decade later, the media house has grown in leaps and bounds, riding on innovation and digital technology to sustain the bold journalism that has earned it top ranking in the Kenyan market. For those who have witnessed this journey, the years bring forth memoirs.
Typewriters, does anybody remember typewriters? And there was the clatter of typewriters in the newsroom, and there was always, do you remember at the end when the carriage went full way, ping, and then you folded it back again and you started again. Does that bring back memories of some of the older people?
He asked a couple of questions, but the one I always remember is if you get the difficult calls, what do you do? I can't remember exactly how I answered it, but I know hopefully I satisfied him. I'm doing the job today.
Irish-born Gerard Wilkinson came to Kenya in the 1960s to take up the job as a head of marketing and grew through the ranks to become the managing director. He has since served in the board, marking 47 years of service.
To me, and I've always believed it, the key responsibility for the media is to hold power to account. These people who are voted in represent you, and you should be keeping an eye on what they are doing. That is what democracy is all about.
As an independent media house, we shall continue with our mandate to fight for the common man and the common good for all people, and for positive transformation of the nations, not only in our region, but also across Africa. And you have been really a great warrior in this particular space, and I really want to thank you for it.
Richard Dowden, a career journalist, has retired from the board after 7 years of service. In particular, he was commended for ensuring the Nation Media Group defended media freedom in a relatively tough political environment.
My conclusion was a mission to explain, and I think that's a very good guide to journalism, just that mission to explain. You don't have to judge, but to try and explain. And much better now, the position of the nation, and I think it has a great future. I still think right across Africa.
Jerry calls it a day.
The two directors were fitted for their years of service on the board. This was on the sidelines of the Nation Media Group's 54th annual general meeting. Laban-Cliff, Onserio, and TV Business.
The cautious giants.